This is a 1969 Honda CB750 sandcast that has been resting in a carport for over 40 years. It had a lot of corrosion and rust on it, but cleaned it up a little bit. Did about 3.5 hours work, and she's now running and working as it should. Right now it has a smaller battery in it. It's a 12 volt but only a 7 amp hour, so sometimes the electric starter doesn't work, and the flasher relay has some corrosion on the contact, so it probably needs replaced or just operated enough. Every once in a while, if you tap on it, it works. But anyhow, it doesn't have the correct rear shocks. These are S&W, which were an upgrade, but the original Honda's items aren't on there right now. A few things I did have problems with once running was the alternator grommet where the wires come out. It was leaking, and that's common. After years, they get hard, they shrink, and they start leaking. The clutch was stuck. I freed it riding it, but it was still real grabby, so I took it apart and cleaned it. I also cleaned the carbs, set the valves, cam chain, plug caps, checked, cleaned the plugs, dressed the points, set static and dynamic timing, and did a visual sync when I had the carbs off. So that needs to be done with a set of gauges. The master cylinder, I had to rebuild that. The primary and secondary cups were bad. The caliper I did take apart, hone it out, and also the seal land, and put it back together. The piston still was in really nice shape, which was odd. So let's try to start it up. I don't want to put the gas in there right now because I know the pump will leak. Rear brake light, the headlight, high beam, horn, turn signal, I was quite surprised with 27,000 miles. Still runs really strong. I mean, just like most Japanese bikes, they need very little work to get them going again. So the big question right now is how much we're going to ride it before we restore it. I guess I'll probably start collecting parts and to a point where I can take her apart and do a correct restoration on it. If you want to see more of this, look at Joe's V-Cycle on Facebook. JOESVCYCLE on Facebook. Thanks.